this video, we're going to explore the question, will preprints help me with my career? The use of preprints has many benefits for all groups involved in the academic research process. So this includes students, PIs, research institutions, and key stakeholders such as NGOs or funding agencies. So this shows a bar chart of the benefits of using preprints and how they can help with reaching career goals and milestones. So these results were from a survey conducted by ASAPbio in 2020, where nearly 2/3 of the responders were academic researchers. So for the rest of this video, we're going to use this as a foundation to explore some of the main ways preprints can help you achieve your career goals and milestones. So first of all, we're going to consider how preprints can give you increased research visibility. Can you guess how long it takes, on average, from preprint submission to posting on the actual server? Contrary to popular belief, this process generally takes less than 48 hours, so it's quite short. So this next slide is a real example of the expected preprint timeline and those involved in the subsequent journal publication process. So for example, you can see from posting the research on the server to the initial independent peer review was approximately 5 days. So as a result, this can provide the following advantages. First, we have the opportunity for timely feedback in your research. So through increased and instantly accessible research, you can receive peer feedback and suggestion. And this is invaluable in strengthening and improving your manuscript before journal submission. Second of all, this can facilitate networking and collaboration. So through greater research exposure, you have increased chance of reaching out to other researchers in the same or related fields. So this can culminate in new collaboration opportunities such as a co-writer on a grant, or offer networking opportunities that might not be possible normally due to distance, funding, etc. Finally, we have preprint servers can act as a marketplace for journal editors. So through increasing the exposure to your research, you have an increased chance of journal editors in your field noticing your research and considering it for their journal issues. So second of all, we have help with career progression. So preprints can provide a valuable measure of research output and productivity for funding and grant applications. So many of the major national and international research and funding bodies actively encourage and support the inclusion of preprints in grant and funding applications as proof of previous work. So examples of these would be the Wellcome Trust, the European Research Council, and Cancer Research UK, just to name a few. So as the journey to publish manuscript in traditional journal can be a protracted and arduous process at the best of times, the turnaround for preprints is shorter and better fits the academic timeline, for example, early career researchers. So early career positions often tend to be of short duration, and the traditional publishing track can negatively affect or impact the early career researcher's ability to demonstrate research productivity for hiring and promotion opportunities. So in addition to the openness of funders to the value of preprints, academic institutions and universities such as University of Cologne, University of Toronto and Oxford are proactively incorporating them into their hiring process. Preprints can also open up opportunities for collaboration which may not have occurred in the traditional publishing track. So this is one such example. This is when Josh Hardy, an Australian structural biologist, noticed that a preprint on the bioarchive server that was by a different research group had basically beaten him to the post, and he thought he'd been scooped by Max Renner's research group in Oxford. However, Josh decided to reach out to Max and discuss the situation with him, and in the end, they both decided to publish their research together in the same Nature Comms journal issue in 2021. Next, we have establishing the priority of the research. So many academic researchers cite scooping or being beaten to the mark on a specific piece of work without due acknowledgement of the original authors in their subject area as one of the main perceived disadvantages of using the preprint system. So I suppose the main question here is, should I be very worried about this? So the answer is no, but why exactly is that? Firstly, preprints give you a timestamp for your work. When work is submitted as a preprint, it becomes a permanent fixed point in the scholarly record, and this is through the issuing of a DOI or digital object identifier, and hence it's citable in journal publication. Then second of all, many journals and major publishers offer scoop protection. So examples of these would be eLife, PLOS and BMC Biology, to name a few. Finally, we have our fourth major benefit, which is that of being inclusive and accessible. Preprints enable the dissemination of results that aren't published elsewhere, so those that are negative, null or inconclusive. And in addition to these, you also get the conditions and protocols associated with them. This has the added benefit of potential time and resource savings, and this would be through multiple research teams or researchers not undergoing the same process repeatedly. As a result, this would allow for faster continuous improvement and quicker scientific innovation. So preprints also provide a means of surmounting current challenges experienced in academia around access to information from academic journals due to subscription fees or the ability to publish due to publication fees. So this slide is just the references that were used to compile the presentation. And finally, thanks very much for listening. And for more information on all things preprints, please visit ASAPbio.org.